Horrible. Um, sit here. Uh, sit like this way or something. Hold on. Try to sit over here more. Sit here, I guess. Man. The ashtray. Up, stacked together. That's something. Yeah, I'm very tired, man. Not a good day today, to be honest with you. Something happened to my alternator in my car. I had to purchase a new one for 500 bucks. I bought a new battery for like 200, and probably had to pay for the labor too, and they install it, you know. Yeah, lost the job. Had to find a new one. Yeah, that shit sucks too, man. Sucks being unstable, finding employment, you know, or staying at a job. I feel that, man. Yeah, see, like when you work, it's always the environment, right? It's like the people, the training, or something, you know. Yeah, Arizona's kicking my ass, dude. Getting kind of unstable a little bit. I like living here, but car issues are a huge problem here. I'm not a fan of it, you know? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could get a job, right? But there's a lot of jobs that don't pay enough with the cost of living, you know? It's not balanced right. There's a thing with that. But yeah, that was a stressful day though, man. I was at this AutoZone in Tempe because I was doing Lyft in Phoenix. I was like downtown. I went to that AutoZone and basically they installed the new battery, and I mean before they did that they said my battery was good and the alternator was good. But when I decided to put a new battery in, all of a sudden like things just went south, you know. And when they went to put the battery in, they tried to configure everything in sync to the computer in my car, and I was having issues with the indicators, like the steering indicator was on, and I couldn't even turn the wheel right. It was stiff. So they had bad equipment, basically, and they sent me somewhere else, and I wasted so much time at that AutoZone. And I went to a better AutoZone where they had better equipment, and they said I had a bad alternator, so I had to drive all the way down to O'Reilly's near my place and fucking, I had to purchase an alternator, and then I have to like get it installed, you know. So yeah, gotta be careful when you're doing that in the heat, especially with the battery or the tires. It's something else here. I mean, I was making decent money for a little bit, you know. It wasn't too bad when I was doing Lyft. So yeah, the steering wheel went stiff. Yeah, usually I guess it could be like your battery or maybe not enough fluid in the power steering. For me, it's just my power steering fluid was all the way to the top, but my battery was messed up, so it's something else. Yeah, too many problems, unnecessary ones, man. I feel that for everyone else, you know. There's people going through worse shit than I am, you know. I don't know how they get through it, right? So, yeah, never really had to say coming here, you know. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you own a car. You gotta maintain the bullshit. You gotta have that emergency money, you know? Yeah, it sucks, man. I'm having a lot of car problems living here. It's concerning, you know. If it keeps up, I don't know if I can live here, you know. It's hard. Especially when you worked and you get a paycheck and then something happens to your car or something. It goes down the drain, you know. Yeah. I try to look forward to stuff, you know, but it's just a subjective purpose, you know what I mean? From what it really is a lot of times. Yeah, I feel that, man. Get tired of doing the monotony of work too, man. Dealing with coworkers or the workload, um, the politics, like everything you can think of, you know. I'm with you on that. Yeah, it's brutal every day in the summer. I bet, man. It's hard to drive in this Arizona heat, man. That's a big con living here. It's the car issues. It's it's bad. I just can't wait until it's like fall, you know. What's up, Battle? Yeah, I was gonna make videos, but I'm just getting stressed out with this shit right now, so fucking sucks. Plans didn't come to plan how I wanted things to turn out, it seems. What's up, Waffle Power? Yeah, you know, forced into it, you know, because gotta survive and all that stuff, you know. Yeah, I mean, I my car never experienced these type of conditions like the heat and stuff like that, you know. I'll say the first one was kind of my fault because I put too much air in my tires, and then the heat kind of destroyed it, you know. That was like $1,600 that fix. This one's probably gonna be 1,000 probably somewhere around there. So hopefully there's nothing else going on, you know. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling here a little bit. Kind of am. Yeah, the front bumper. Yeah, that's that degenerate guy. Just hit and run. That's some bullshit, man. It's like I was telling you when I was hanging out with you, man. It's probably because he is hiding something. He probably doesn't have car insurance or a driver's license, or maybe even worse, like he probably has a criminal background. That's probably what that guy did. He did that, and he knew he'll get in some shit, so he dipped. That's fucked up, man. So yeah, feeling the anhedonia. Yeah, that shit's hard to deal with, man. Definitely is. Especially you like do stuff you like to do, and it just doesn't feel the same, you know. So, stole your car battery. Yeah, that's something else, man. I can see that now because of how your battery can fucking go dead in this state, you know. That's terrible, man. Yeah, you don't go out, you just stay home. Yeah. Don't blame you, man. I'm starting to see it now. I'm starting to see this shit. Seriously. I mean, hopefully by October it's not so bad, you know, from what I heard of. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough if you want to open up about your anhedonia to people, because maybe you may get a bad interaction, right? Or maybe, or maybe you may get someone that may try to understand, you know. I would only tell the people if, like, they're trusting and they're not there to put you down, you know. Yeah, it's hard because you don't want to suppress that, right? You want to at least tell people something when there's something wrong, you know. During Halloween, yeah, I hope so, man. Hopefully by Halloween, it's fucking way better, man. Yeah, it's rough summer here, man. Yeah, I feel that, man. There is some stuck-up people that live in Arizona, that's for sure. I met a few already. Maybe some of them were like out of town, but it's something else. Yeah, you have every right to be fed up with society, man. When society doesn't treat you right and uh, they try to invalidate what you're going through, you have every right. Like fall, winter, yeah. I mean, I like the heat, don't get me wrong, but driving in the heat, no thanks. It makes me contemplate if I want to live here that long. I don't want to struggle some more. I wasn't. I wish I kind of looked up um, the car issues here. Kind of would make my decision, but I can't do that now. But to be honest with you, I do like it here. I'm not gonna say I don't. It's just the car issues just make me stressed out. Yeah, the world and just the people. Yeah, yeah, people are not good. A lot of them, that's for sure. Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's everywhere though. It seems like there's only a small percentage of real people in the world. Sounds like. Yeah, I am paid by it, man. Yeah. Shit is obscene. I was listening to your bars, man. That shit was pretty good, I'll say. It was fucking fire. Was in my room watching some videos, saw a couple of your videos pop up. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I can. The difference with me is I can handle the heat in ways, because the cold really gets to me more. But I guess with the car and other things, making it more stressful. So, well, I have trouble keeping to myself lately. Yeah, it's hard, man. I mean, it's not easy at that age either. It's it sucks when you want to share things with people and then people will perceive you differently too. Sometimes you share like your secrets or something, they think like you're a bad person, and you're really not, right? It's just something that like you're going through or something. Yeah, I feel that, man. You don't deserve that struggle, and a lot of it's your parents, man. I mean, I was at your house. I went inside. They didn't acknowledge me. They don't seem to care about you or your brothers. They don't seem to care about your future or theirs. It's that's bad parenting. Even when you're above 18, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's hard dealing with this world when you have unsupportive parents, man. It's not easy compared to people that have supportive ones. That's for sure. It's more on difficulty mode. I guess all you do is try your best, and then all of a sudden, like we're gone. That's kind of what I think. I guess. So yeah, that's terrible, man. I mean, that vocational counselor should give you the right fit. Should keep trying to give you the right job so you have the better environment and the workload and things like that. Seem like they're not really doing a good job with that, it sounds like. That's something else, man. Man. Yeah, too many car issues. Something else. Uh, yeah, it's stressful a little bit. I try not to think bad shit all the time, you know. I try to do things I like to do and things like that. But when life hits you hard, it's hard to just think life's good, you know. When you see there's a lot of bad shit out there, so yeah, man, you don't deserve that with those job problems at all, you know. I think your parents should help you get on disability, you know. There's nothing wrong with being a NEET, right? Like it's hard to get benefits, but you could do that while doing a part-time job, you know. It's like your parents need to step up and try to help you, you know. They don't see like what's the issue. They just rather lay in their bed all day and toss and turn with their Cheetos in their belly buttons and eat it off there and not focus on you and your brothers, you know. That's pathetic, man. That's pathetic, you know. But the thing is, I guess with my car, my battery is 3 years old, so I guess that was time to go anyways. Usually batteries last like 3 to 4 years, and then you gotta replace it. So I guess that was inevitable. I needed a new battery, but I didn't think my alternator would be dead that fast moving here, you know. So yeah, 3 years old, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of bad parents out there, man. A lot of them don't want to take accountability. A lot of them. I mean, yeah, there's good ones out there, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot of them, you know? Yeah, I was gonna wake up early to go for a run, and I don't think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm just kind of stressed out, and I gotta do something with my car tomorrow. It's just, hopefully it starts back up. Like I told my roommate, like if it doesn't start up, like he can help jumpstart it. You know, that's all he can do. If that ever happens, he doesn't know how to do it. I have to teach him how to do it because I know how to do that. But um, we'll see. Hopefully that doesn't resort to that. 1 year so far. That's good, man. Yeah, I mean the thing is, they give you a warranty, right? So if you have a warranty on your battery and you need it replaced, they do it for free at like AutoZone or something. That's what I heard. I have that warranty on the battery I just purchased. So yeah, I think it sucks when things go well, right? And then so much bad shit hits you hard, you know? It's like a linebacker sacking you because, you know, you weren't able to escape the linebacker. You're the quarterback, you know? So, yeah, it's something else. Yeah, I think if you want to live in Arizona, you gotta make money living here because of how many issues you can deal with, you know? The car issues to like the heat can give you like dehydration, heat exhaustion, you know? It's uh it's expensive living here, I'll say. It's it's different than South Dakota though. South Dakota is a lot more affordable, but man, it doesn't have a lot to offer though, and you deal with the cold. That's very unbearable, you know. -50 degrees, and then um, isolation. You know, it seems like no matter where you live, there's always gonna be a problem. You know, some places maybe more than others, I guess. What's Arizona like? I mean, it's very. I moved here when it was very hot, so it's hot here, man. It's no joke. I mean, you see a lot of beautiful rock formations. You see um, a lot of tropical plants. Um there's a lot to do here, hiking wise and other outdoor activities. Um I'll say I'll say Arizona has a lot to offer, though. That's what's good about Arizona. Like, you won't feel isolated here. There's a lot to do, and that's what's good about it, you know. Um, yeah, there's just Arizona's nice. That's all I gotta say. It's a nice place, but it's expensive though. Like I said. Yeah, too many issues, man. Back to back, I get kind of like that Drake song, back to back. Literally. Yeah. Yeah, just hopefully no more car issues after this one. Hopefully. So, yeah, anhedonia can make your depression symptoms worse, it seems like. It's like the anhedonia just amplifies the depression, basically. That's what sucks about that. It's terrible you're dealing with that. It's definitely not easy, you know. I'll say for myself, I don't experience a lot of anhedonia, so I don't know the whole struggle, but it's definitely something you can't play with, really, you know. Usually, when you have anhedonia, there's usually another like issue. Usually, from what I looked up, they say. Yeah, absolutely. I think it is good to share. You know, it's just you just gotta be careful who you share it to. Is the thing, I guess. I think people should share what their problems are with their mental health. You know, I think that helps a lot of people. It shouldn't be such a stigma where you talk about your mental health and you get shut down. You know, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah, the thing is, we can't fix the world, man. We can't. That's the fucking truth, you know? The world will never be fixed. I mean, more people keep being born, there'll be new problems. There's people out there that will enjoy shit, there's people that'll have bad luck and bad shit. It's an unfair world, you know? It's like determined, you know? A lot of times. Yeah, something else. Yeah, absolutely. I agree, Rohi. Yep. Gotta be careful who you say it to, you know? That's what I was telling Battle, you know? Gotta really trust that person to talk to someone about that, but it just sucks when you don't wanna hold that shit in either, you know? That's like holding in a poop, you know? You don't wanna hold in the poop for that long. You gotta eventually let it out somehow. Yeah, some. Yeah, acquires awareness, but it's not easy though, man. It's not easy. Some people are not easy to read, basically. I feel like it comes from like bad experiences to kind of build that awareness, you know? Like you open up to people and you get a bad result and this happens to you, you kind of build that up when you know interact with people or something. Yeah, I feel that, man. Taking a long break. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's good to take a break from the gym at times. The thing is, like, when you take a break, sometimes that's good for your body, you know? You come back, there's times where you come back stronger, too. You know, you take a week off, for example, you come back next week, your muscles are ready to work, you know? So, the imagination for evil, understand the dark thoughts of humanity. Yeah, yep. You kind of have to have that consideration of people, you know. There's people out there that have bad intentions, and there's a lot of people that aren't. There's a lot of people that aren't on your side, and there's a lot of people that are envious, jealous, or just they want to see your downfall, you know. That kind of helps, right? But don't want to always think that way, because not everyone's like that. But you know, that kind of helps you get prepared, I guess, right? So. Yeah, it can be, you know, because you talk about your mental health with people, people will think you're a bad person, you know. Like if I tell people, random people, I'm bipolar, you know, uh, people may think I'm an angry son of a bitch all the time. I'm insane, you know, because what people hear from stereotypes, you know, from manic episodes and things like that, you know. So yeah, I mean, possibly from the bad experiences, you know, from your family, Rohai, from that, and probably from other bad experiences, right? I feel like that kind of brings that wisdom, you know, kind of helps with that. Yeah, two steps ahead. Yeah, they don't like that. Yeah, it's good to be analytical and strategic about it, man. I get it, man. Yeah, I'll say this life is a battlefield, to be honest with you. Yeah, suck soul in oblivion. Be nice to have a Cheryl right now, right? When are U.S. taxpayers going to stop? I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe someone different in office, maybe. I don't know. So, yeah, feel like you're losing your mind. Yeah, that shit fucking sucks, man. Especially when you have like racing thoughts and feels like they're out of control. You know, it's like you're driving a car and it's out of control. It's kind of like that, you know. Basically. Yeah, I guess it kind of is like a movie, you know. I mean, I never grew up poor or anything like that. I guess um, I had a decent upbringing in ways, you know. But like, I guess like certain things in my life kind of took a drastic turn, you know. Fucking something else. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I try to do stuff, you know. I try to do things I'm capable of doing, you know. Get hit hard by a train at times in this life, you know. I'm assuming a lot of you guys do the same. You guys do stuff that you're capable of doing, and certain things can hit you hard, you know. And it's fucking hard to deal with. Posted a video about you. What did he say? What did he say about you? I like T Sizzle, by the way. I like his videos and stuff. Hopefully, he's able to recover from that torn ACL. You know, that shit's no joke. You know, tell him the truth. What did you say? Stupid doctors in this world. Yeah, at the same time, being a doctor is a hard job, though, man. It's not easy. I think I blame more the insurance companies, the premiums, and that's caught making this healthcare more expensive, you know? And yeah, and you have your shitty doctors, too. I'm not gonna lie. Well, you know. You saw that video? Is it worth watching? I mean, I don't know. For this world or this society, yeah. Hard to support the world and society, man. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the biggest argument, you know? The biggest debate. Should we rebel or should we adapt, right? I feel like if there's something that we're capable of changing as like people, I think it's good to rebel, you know, but there's certain things that you can't change and possibly may have to adapt, you know? I don't know. So, that's the thing. Not everyone can adapt to this shit. It's unfair, you know? That's what's messed up about this life. So, yeah, but that's not a good thing to, you know, try to put someone down, you know, because like he doesn't think that people should just adapt. You know, it should just be a conversation. It shouldn't be about uh, who's right and who's wrong. You know, it should be like a civil conversation about like adapting to the system or rebelling. You know, that's what makes people not get along. You know, that's what makes people like divisive and shit. So. You got a haircut with scissors at the barber? Nice. Man, it doesn't matter if they don't speak the best English, you know. If they do the job right, that's a good thing, you know. So, yeah, I guess that's the unfortunate truth with certain things, you know. With certain things in this life. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, not everyone that can't adapt isn't always their fault, you know. If they're born with like unsupportive parents or they were born with like a condition or just you know makes their life worse, you know, it's not always their fault, you know. Certain things that are out of their control make it harder, you know. What's up, Sage? What's up, man? You did a civil comment? Okay. I mean, I don't know, so. I got a kick out of the shop's toys they had. They were there for entertainment for the people waiting their turn. Yeah, that's cool. Especially if the barber shop is, got a long line, you know, you're waiting for your haircut. You gotta entertain yourself somehow. Waiting room. Yeah, I guess, you know. But the thing is, like, when you die, there's everybody loses, you know. But I guess if people go by conformity, people go by like status, you know, people are gonna view losers and winners, you know, and that creates people to compare, and it creates jealousy and envy. And there's people out there that you know that will put others down for like not doing well in life, you know. That's the problem, you know. All right. I mean, if you're winning, that's a good thing, you know. Yeah, that toys, nice. I mean, that could be more entertaining than like watching the TV, waiting for your haircut, you know. So. Yeah, I mean, if you go by society while living in this life, you go by conformity, you go by status, you go by all that shit, then yeah, I guess so, you know? Yeah, I guess so. I guess that is the harsh truth, you know? I mean, I guess there is people out there that are able to uh, get out of that situation, you know, from starving. At least that's a good thing, right? Not that good, man. I had car problems again. So I was trying to make money doing Lyft, and basically, I took a break. I went to the bathroom at this gas station, and basically, I turned my car on. It was running fine until I went onto the road and my battery was messed up. And I took it to the AutoZone to see what was wrong, to configure, not configure, to see if there was something wrong with the battery or the alternator. And it was good at first, you know, and then I told them to put a new battery in because my battery's 3 years old. So they put that in, and basically that's when I had problems, you know. It was the biggest problem was when they installed the new battery, they couldn't configure like the computer in sync with my car because my indicators were on and my steering wheel was indicator was on. I was trying to test it out driving around the shopping center. It was stiff all the time. We did everything, it didn't work. So then they couldn't figure it out because they didn't have good equipment. Sent me to another AutoZone, and they had better equipment. And they finally did it accurately, and it was my alternator. So I went to O'Reilly's by my place, and basically I had to buy an alternator for like $500, which sucks. And basically I bought the battery for $200 with a 2-year warranty, and then I have to get installed the alternator. Hopefully it's tomorrow, so I can just fucking go to work, I guess, you know, even though I don't like working. So that's it for that, though. Yeah, it doesn't matter what language you speak. I mean, it's all about the work ethic. It's all about showing up on time. It's all about not complaining. It's all about making profits for the company. And if you're not doing the labor, you're complaining about the pay, and you're complaining about not getting your benefits on time. And you just do that, then that's the problem. Then I'm gonna tell the boss, and the boss is gonna fire you. And you know, the thing is, like, since it's hard to be a NEET, which I don't want you to, you gotta get another job. So that's what that's about. I never said winning doesn't exist, man. I guess by society, I guess. Yeah, I guess so, you know. You don't like AutoZone? Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, I feel that, man. It is boring. Just looking at car parts, boring. Going to that place and going by the aisles, you know. It's not that interesting, I guess, unless you're a car guy, you know. So. Yeah, yep, I guess so, you know. But shoving down that you're a winner and trying to put a person down isn't cool, you know. That's not cool, I'll say. I like winning. I mean, you don't have to agree with them. I mean, you're right about that. I mean, you there's a lot of things you don't agree with me about. I know that for sure. So you can agree with what I say, or you can disagree. That's what it is, you know. I don't know what Don was saying, but I like Friends and Christmas. Don't blame me, man. I mean, Christmas time, when you're younger, you're under a tree, you're opening presents, you may get something you like, you know. If you like your family, that's cool. And if you have friends to hang out with, that's also cool, right? But I guess it's the only thing I kind of don't like about Christmas is too much materialism, you know? Too much consumerism with that. People can be too much about that stuff. So yeah, but the thing, you don't speak the truth all the time, Rohai. There's certain things that aren't the truth what you say, but there's a lot of things I agree with you on. You know, so and I'm not saying I speak the truth all the time because I there's a lot of things I don't know. You know, so I'm not a god thinking I know everything basically. So like, there's a lot of people that give me like these video requests, and there's a lot of shit I don't fucking know. You know, I have to look it up, and basically, I have to get put in my own words what I think. You know, that's there's a lot of shit I don't know. I've been doing that ever since I did my old channel too. I done requests with that, and that's what it is. Ugh, man. Yeah, it just sucks being unstable at times. Yeah, I feel that, Rohai. I don't like celebrating holidays either, man. Especially family gatherings. I'm not crazy about that. Yeah, it's just something else. Yeah, same, man. I mean, you told me a lot about your family, dude. You have every right to not like them, you know? Oh, man. Nah, you got intelligence, man. I would never say you're not smart enough, dude. You're you're you got intelligence, man. You're aware that you have anhedonia, and you would like to share it with other people, and you would like to like alleviate that problem. You know, a lot of people don't have awareness of like what they're going through. You know, that's being smart right there. You're not dumb, man. Don't don't say that about yourself. A lot of people like to lower your self-esteem and make you feel like you're dumb, you know, which that happened to me a lot of times, you know, because of my autism, you know. You don't let fucking people say that shit to you, man. Yeah, anhedonia is not good though, man, because if you feel anhedonia, you lack pleasure in things and stuff like that. It's not a good thing, you know. You'll feel more depressed. There's usually an underlying issue when you have that. But yeah, I guess I get what you mean. Like if you have an addiction or something, um, and you have anhedonia, you may stop the addiction. You know, I guess if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all are ignorant about a lot of things. You know, I think we all have egos, and I can be very egotistical about certain things too. You know, it's like I gotta take a step back and be like, I don't know that much. You know, I feel like I know a lot with certain things, but the Dunning Kruger effect kicks in, and I don't know much at all, you know? So, yeah, that's terrible, man. Yeah, maybe see a doctor possibly with the anhedonia. If it gets worse and worse, it just keeps, you know, just affect your life. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, right? So, yeah, when their passions, addictions stop. Yeah, yep. That keeps them going throughout life, you know, and when that's taken away or something from whatever it is, then yeah, there's a lot of people that out there that will like do that, yeah. Yeah. What's up, Weed is Heat? comforting yourself to the. I mean, that's good for you though, man. I mean, that makes you feel good, then that's fine, you know. Yeah, that's gotta be brutal, man. Working in a factory, dealing with them coworkers and the workload, and it's definitely not easy, you know. It's definitely not easy dealing with that. Yeah, I mean, falling in love can actually be a downfall potentially, you know. Absolutely, it's not always guaranteed to make you feel better, right? So, peace is life without passions. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that necessarily. I think you could still have peace and still do your passion, you know, with your own time, you know what I mean? I don't know if I necessarily agree. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're talking about drugs, for example, yeah, if you're addicted to like alcohol, you know, you become an alcoholic, it can be like that. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a good example, you know. Man. Yeah, it's like if you were born with something, it's determined that you're gonna struggle with it, you know. You're born with unsupportive parents, you're born with a disability or mental illness or just health problems or things like that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, your life can possibly get better, you know, but one thing's for sure is that it's determined that you'll struggle, you know? And it can affect you, like, in a way where it's more impactful, unfortunately. So, enduring suffering, yeah, but you could still be passionate with things and still have peace, you know? I have no idea why he got banned, man. I don't know, to be honest with you. Don't know. I mean, I go on the Discord at times. I'm just not on there all the time, you know? So I don't know. Yeah, I do. I did watch that movie, Passion of the Christ. That was a scary ass movie. The demons, the uh, that shit was scary. That shit when I was younger. Yeah, suffering for something. Yeah, I mean, I guess that keeps them going, you know. I guess that's why people say suffering makes you stronger. It makes them go. But the thing is, uh, not there's people suffering. It doesn't make them stronger, you know. It makes them worse, unfortunately, right? So, yeah, that's true. I mean, you got a point, man. I'll say you got a point there. I feel like it depends on the individual, I guess, right? So, yeah, I know, man. I mean, I've been doing Discord for a while, so I kind of know about that. So, I mean, I had a Discord, an old Discord. It was good. I really liked it, you know. But then it just got too hectic. It was too overwhelming, you know. And then when I became homeless, I was like, might as well try it out again, you know. It's been going pretty good, even though there were some problems here and there, you know, with people not getting along. People can't. There's people arguing, and you know, it's getting better, you know. Crazy how people can get in trouble for barely interacting with someone who is doing crime. Yeah, that is crazy, man. Absolutely. Yep. Oh man. Yeah, I'm stressed out today, but it'll get better over time. it's just the instability and just like all this shit happening. It's hard to deal with. Yeah, yup. Punished by somebody else. Yep. No, I never been to Hershey Park. Nope. That would be cool to go to, actually. I don't know if I would ever go since I moved, but yeah, I heard a lot of good things about it. I think I don't know if it's better in Dorney Park, if you ever heard of that, but it. I heard a lot of good things about it though. It's got a lot of good amusement rides and shit like that. You know. I don't know what it's like compared to Six Flags because I've been to Six Flags before in Jersey, so like can't have an opinion on that. But I know when I went to Six Flags, it was really nice. I'm not gonna lie. So. Damn, 540 years in prison for helping her dad avoid the police. I mean, the dad must have did something horrible then, right? Damn, that's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, true. A lot of people don't consider that when they have kids. Their kids can be going to prison, you know? And then the parents will be scratching their head, be like, oh, I should have never had one, you know? Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. Pretty much, man. Yeah, a lot of people don't consider, like, the potential bad stuff that can happen, you know? Oh, man, I don't want to experience prison, dude. I don't... it's never a good experience. Hell no. You'll be with Fleece Johnson and Diddy all day. Yeah, that's smart, man. Yeah, you're aware, you know, it's a risk bringing a kid in this world, you know? All because you see other people have kids and their kids are having good lives doesn't mean like say if you have kids, they'll have the same experience, you know? It's a risk, man. That's literally what it is, you know? What time does it say on this phone? This is my first time doing it on this phone here. So let's see. Okay. Yeah, I think the worst thing about like going through life is when your good things are happening to you and then some bad shit gets slammed into you, like I said before. And it's not always the case where like you can recover, you know? Not everyone can recover from shit like that, you know? Yeah, because they make money off of people going to prison. That's why, I guess. Yeah. What's up, Braden? What's up, man? How things going? She doesn't memorize the laws. Yeah, that's not a good thing. I think there should be it should be more stricter. Not stricter. That's not the word. It should be more like requirements to become a cop. You know, if there's been incidents like that, and you know, not all cops are bad. You know, there's cops that are doing their job, and you know, they keep the place safe, and it's not being a cop isn't always about locking people up. You know, it's like they help you when you get in a car accident. You know what I mean? So you don't get scammed by the person that hit you, for example. Help exchange insurances and stuff like that, and the police, you know, they do more than just lock people up, you know. It's just like you gotta, it's hard to get rid of the corrupt pigs, the ones that have like a generalization on people, the ones that uh, that are hateful of certain people, you know? That's the problem. It's hard to pick those out, you know? Yeah, there is a lot of laws. I mean, you go to a different state, there's different laws, you know, compared to, like, say, where you grew up. Like, for example, I grew up in Pennsylvania. Like, they definitely have different laws than laws in Arizona. So, bullies first. Yeah, I don't know if that's the case for every cop, man. I don't think that's every case. Off work for 2 weeks, relax in Michigan. Nice, man. Michigan's definitely nice in the summer, I heard. The lakes, you got the nature there. That's really cool, man. Then I'm assuming you're calling back to California or something. Yeah, I guess you can. So I guess you might as well cooperate if you didn't do something crazy wrong, you know? Right? So that's what school should teach their kids, you know? Learn the laws better with the police, like the Constitution more or something, or just all that stuff. I think that's a lot more important than learning Shakespeare. Like when you go to English class and they tell you to read this passage. So, yeah, they do have power, yo. That's for sure. That's terrible, man. Yeah, that shit that you have makes things not enjoyable, you know? Like, I bet if you didn't have those issues, like, you would definitely enjoy it a lot more, you know? It's fucked up, man. Yeah, you definitely gotta drink a lot of fluids when you're living here, man. It's no joke. Yeah, I love chicken tacos, man. Beef tacos, chicken tacos, very good. You can cook it at your own home, or you can go to a place and get it. It's it's very good. That's for sure. Oh man. It'd be nice if I had some uh, some tortilla some tortillas so I can make some chicken tacos. She was crying on the phone. Damn, that's terrible. How come she was crying on the phone? Yeah, that had to be an awkward situation if you don't know her, you know? Definitely going through something. What's up, Jeff? I mean, I like the heat, but I'm sick of car issues in the heat. Already having another car issue already, so I just want the heat to be over so I won't have any issues anymore. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the heat can be unbearable though. The 115-degree heat, there's times where it can be humid at the same time. It's hard, you know. It ain't easy. Yeah, I love food too, man. Food's a good cope, and any type of food that's tasty, you know what I mean? Big crazy with the gambling in Michigan. You won anything big? Up 3K? That's awesome, man. That's still good though. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like you start to win uh, a good amount of money. It can be addictive, and you just want to do more, and then you lose it all. You know, that's how they get you. It's like they hit that dopamine spot, but when you know that's enough, like uh, take it. You know, but I guess it could be worth the risk, maybe, if you can win more. But you know, that's a risk, right? So. Yeah, I mean, if you're rebelling against the system and things aren't still working out, then yeah, I get that, man. Then that makes sense, you know. But the thing is, not everyone can adapt, though, like I told you. So I haven't had a conversation with the girl yet, only the mom. Oh, the mom, I see. Asking you for money, that ain't right, man. Why are they asking you for money? That sounds like some mooching right there. They better say, I'll pay you back, you know? So, nah, not necessarily the heat. It's just my car, man. I have a second car issue. I was doing Lyft. I was doing it in downtown Phoenix and stuff. And I took a break at a gas station, and it was fine when I started back up. And then I was driving, and my battery went out, and I had to pull over, and uh, I had to start it back up, and then I had to go to AutoZone to get it tested out. And they said it was good from their reading, but I wanted a new battery, so I put that in, and then they couldn't figure out how to get rid of the indicators in my car, because I had a steering indicator on, I had a tire indicator on, I had all these indicators on, basically, and they couldn't do it because they had bad equipment, so it took them 2 hours to figure that out. I went to another place, and it was my alternator, so I got that tested out. I figured out what the issue was, and I went to O'Reilly's, and I purchased an alternator. It was $500. I purchased a battery that was $200, 2-year warranty, and then I gotta get installed the alternator hopefully tomorrow, which may cost something too. So it's just the car issue stressing me out living here because of the heat. You know, it's not. It's hard living here with the car, man. Yeah, can't beat the odds forever is right, you know. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you rebelled, right? I guess it's not guaranteed. Things won't get better for your situation, you know. I guess that makes sense, right? Yeah, yep. I kissed a lot of girls, man. I kissed a lot of them. A lot of them at the bars. I did. Uh, some girl that I was neighbors with. That was my first one. Um, I guess like um, my brother had a friend, and basically she liked me. I kissed her, like stuff like that, you know. So yeah, but all because someone isn't winning doesn't mean you put them down, you know. You try to figure out solutions of how can they improve their situation, you know, if they're capable of doing it, you know, and that's up to them if they want to, right? But there's no reason to like uh, put them down, you know. Yeah, it's bad luck, man. Pretty much bad luck. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're in any system, you know, I don't think even if you're like in a socialist or whatever it is, right? It's not guaranteed someone will have a good life and win or something, you know. It's it it's like different. I don't know. I'm not an expert at that stuff. Yeah, I mean, there's billions of people. I mean, there's a lot of people, I guess, are going through something, and it's terrible, you know. Yeah, I do think winning is subjective in ways, you know. Some people think that making a lot of money is winning, you know. Some people think that doing their passion and just achieving it is winning, you know. So, uh, I would say no. I would say the summer isn't bearable for people that can't stand the heat. It gets to like 115. It gets to like 100 something. If you don't like that type of heat, don't move down here. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I prefer this over South Dakota cold. That is another nightmare. Negative 50, you're bundled up, like you're stuck in the house. Like at least in 115-degree heat, you could just walk around and with a water bottle, you know. At least you could do that here, but in South Dakota, like to me, like you're stuck in the house. That's another animal to me. So yeah, the thing is how you you know like they should care about your future more, Miles. They shouldn't be asking for money constantly. That's not good for them, you know. They didn't prioritize increasing their income to help you out, you know. Now they're asking you when you know you're working, you're trying to save, you're trying to better your life. They're trying to, uh, you know, ask for money. Like it's ridiculous, you know. I mean, I guess I understand if you're living somewhere they if you're paying a little bit of rent, it's not affecting your finances that much. I get it, you know, or just like your chores a little bit. But if they're asking a lot, that's ridiculous. That's bullshit, man. Yeah, when we're dead, we lose. Yep, we all lose. We can't take money with you. So, so yeah, I hate summer. Yeah, you don't like Arizona altogether. Yeah, I feel that, man. I feel like from the heat to like car issues to I guess the people make people not like it, you know. Even though Arizona offers a lot, man. It offers a lot here. I'll tell you this, like my moods are better here, to be honest. Like I like the sunlight. I get plenty of vitamin D, so I feel better that way. But when I'm stressed out in the heat and something bad happens, then yeah, I wouldn't be feeling good, you know. So yeah, you can't take that with you. I ain't taking my $100 bill and wiping Jesus's ass when I get to heaven, you know. I ain't doing that. I mean, you can't help everybody, you know. I guess you can't. You would like to, but I guess at the same time, there's people that take your kindness for weakness, and then there's so many people in the world. It's like very hard to help, you know. I mean, you do what you can, you know. That's it. I don't know the answer to any of this stuff, you know. Uh, yeah, that is the ultimate drug race. Absolutely. Compare yourself to others. I do it. I'm not gonna lie. At times, it's it sucks fucking doing that. And then you feel this sort of envy or jealousy, and if it gets to the point where you feel hateful, that isn't good, you know. So, man. Yeah, I mean that's good that you got out of that situation, Rohi. That's for sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that the thing is, everybody loses though at the end. Like, you're not gonna live forever, right? So eventually, like, say, getting that status and all that stuff, a health problem can happen. You can get like colon cancer, and you're gone. You that can happen, basically. You like cold, shorter days? Don't blame you, man. That's good that you're staying in the Northeast, man. That's where it's at. I don't, me personally, I don't like that. That affects my moods a lot. So it's hard to live in a place where you feel worse from the cold, but if you love the cold and stuff, then that's good. So yeah, the governments can be corrupt, and they can be too greedy with the resources. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're seeing it in New York. I guess Mom Donnie, right? And you got I guess you got similar things in like more progressive cities. So I guess for me, like if I would say like more of a like social democracy. I think too much socialism can make the government too corrupt. If you have the bad people. But I think a mix of both can be better. I mean, the U.S. already has some socialism in it. You have welfare. You have like food stamps. You know what I mean? But you're seeing like in like places in Finland, they go by the Nordic model or something. They have capitalism, but they go by like a social welfare system, and there's a lot of people out there that are living more of a quality of life. There's evidence of that shit. So, and obviously not everybody over there, but I guess a good amount of people are up there, right? So, I was chilling with this guy outside the store at Kohl's. He has red and blue hair. He was in 20s, and I felt so cool. He was chill. That's cool, man. Yeah, you never know who you'll meet. You can meet a really cool person, and have a good conversation with out in public. Yeah, a lot of the government doesn't care about a lot of people. Absolutely, yeah. I can see why people want low taxes. They want small government like Republicans. I can understand why they are like that. Because they can't trust the government. They can't trust the politicians where they spend it on things that don't benefit the people. I can understand that. I think the problem is like capitalism could get to the point where there could be too much of a gap, where the poor get too much poor and the rich are too high. You know, it's just a lot of problems. So, I mean, that's for that. I mean, I'm not an expert with this like economic systems and stuff, but if you implement something on there, it can benefit people, but it can cause problems as well. So the thing is, like, you're never gonna solve, you're never gonna prevent unnecessary suffering and pain, no matter what. It sounds like it's like the only way is if there's no humans. So it's I can understand why people are F-less. That makes sense to why they think that way. Even though I'm not crazy about their views. Stranger danger back in school. Yeah, man. Man, that's a good thing to get told. You don't want to talk to strangers, right? Don't want to overshare, and I fucking struggle with that at times too. You know. Oh man. Yeah, try to stop arguments, Rohai. Just try to stop doing that. I get where you're coming from, you know, but no need to argue over something like that, you know. That's just like petty to me, you know. You just you if you don't agree with race, Rohai, you just agree to disagree, and you just fucking talk about something else, you know. So yeah, that's not good for people that don't want to hear arguing on the stream, you know. That's not cool. Lady named Rhonda I was talking with at the restaurant. She was in her 30s. Oh, okay. What kind of restaurant was that? Well, I mean, both, I guess, right? You guys both stop, agree to disagree, you know? I mean, you're part of the problem, Rohai, so take it with a grain of salt, man. I am not biased. I am not. Oh, she does bodybuilding? That's crazy, man. Yeah, she probably is got a lot of strength. All right, then leave then, man. I mean, you can do what you want. I mean, there's things I agree with you on the stream today, though, man. Trying to start arguments with people about money, you're instigating problems with people, you know. I don't dislike you, man, but you know, there's times where I see you in the comment section trying to start arguments with people, and that just doesn't make sense, you know. You instigate it, so. Yeah, that's why I say stop the arguing, you know? Make it a chill stream, I guess. I mean, that's what happens, you know? Like, Rohai, I mean, I get where he's coming from with things, but if you're talking about money and trying to, like, put people down for not winning or something, you're gonna make people react, you know? That's like some bully mentality shit. Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's a good thing, Race. Don't want to be so judgmental of everything. I mean, that's okay, man. There's people that are losers that want to put people down and want to see them at their downfall. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. If that's what you perceive as losers, you know. So. You're not a bad guy, Race. I get where you're coming from, man. I get it. Yeah, I mean that's why I'm outside, man. I'm taking a breather because I'm pretty stressed out with what's going on. What happened today? I don't like to put my anger towards people, you know. I really don't, you know. Because, when you put your stress out on people, you make other people mad, and that's not a good thing. I was kind of stressed out talking to my brother because of what happened in my situation, and I was raising my voice and stuff, and I had to apologize because I can't have that affect his health. I had to tell him, like, I'm sorry, and things like that. I had to take accountability. So, yeah. Oh, man. Man, if you're still on this stream, bro, hi, like, I appreciate that you made it out from the dirt, from bad parents to, uh, like where you're at now. But if you're gonna act classist and put people down for not having much or shit like that, that's just, discrimination. That isn't cool, man. I already talked to you about that shit in the comment section. I don't appreciate people that are classist, people that are hateful all the fucking time. And yeah, there is stereotypes. There is stereotypes out there, that fit the narrative. But like, not everyone's like that. There's people trying their best, and there's things out there that make people go down. There's things out there that hit them so hard to the point where they can't get back up. And then you just have people that are classists just think that it's always their fault. You know. Man, that's enough of that though. And I don't dislike you, man. I've done your videos many times. There's things I disagree with you on. There's things that that you are right about. You're right about a lot of things, dude. I'm not fucking lying or anything like that. I'm being fucking honest. So. Yeah, I'm not trying to do that, man. I'm not trying to do that on the stream. I just had to make things clear on the stream so it won't be like that. Yeah, we could talk about something else, though. I mean, if people want to talk about something that's kind of controversial, just make it civil or something. So, uh, um, yeah, I was supposed to do some running tomorrow, but I'm not gonna get sleep good, and I have to wake up in the morning to do that. So I'm probably gonna take a day off from that because I had to take my car somewhere. But yeah, I went running last weekend. I ran 5 miles. I got brand new running shoes. It makes a difference compared to the ones I have that I was using before. So it's hard to run when it's very hot. So when it cools down, I'm gonna try to up my mileage. So, but how's it for you? I know you're still doing that, right? You're doing the run walks. You're trying to run a mile straight. That's a good thing, man. I think running's a good thing to get into. Like you're solo, you listen to nice music, you see some views. So. Doing the P90X? Oh, damn, that's cool, man. Yeah, I heard the P90X has some good, like, CrossFit training. You just watch the video and you get like some good exercise out of it. It's not bad, you know. Yeah, I mean it's kind of hard to run in the heat, man. If you're taking a break because of that, that's understandable, you know. It's it's not easy to uh, run in the heat. Yeah, hydration vest is a good investment in my opinion. The heat. My roommate has a friend that is wearing a hydration vest. He takes it out hiking because it gets high. You know, you don't want to suffer through dehydration and stuff. Yeah, that's cool, man. Nothing wrong with that. It's better than holding a water bottle with your hand running. It's kind of like a nuisance, you know. So, all right, I'll see you, Battle. It was nice talking to you, man. I'm sorry there is arguments on here and stuff. Uh, Try to make it better, you know, but sometimes like need to, you know, kind of make it better, I guess. I don't know how to say it, to be honest with you. 7 miles? That sounds like a good idea, man. That's a good goal right there. I think you can definitely achieve that. 7 miles. Yeah, it feels long, but it's not that bad, man. You train for it. It's not bad. Yeah, athlete's feet. Yep. I get that at times too, man. I get it. Especially when you have shitty shoes. If you have bad shoes, you can get athlete's feet. And then if you're sweating, right, then it's gonna, you know, you can get itchy around like the toes and things like that, you know. So yeah, that's good, man. So yeah, I mean, it's just inevitable that there will be some sort of arguments on the stream, and uh, you know, if people can't agree, disagree. People just can't stop. Then I have to say something, you know. I have to get rid of them or whatever it is. So didn't get rid of Rohai because, you know, I mean, there's certain things I like about him, you know, but you know, if it happens again, I may have to do that. Yeah, the elevation change can make it more challenging. That'll make running flat easier though if you go on different elevation change and stuff. Yeah, it's not gonna take all at once, man. 7 miles. It took me a couple months to get to that point. Running 7 miles straight. It takes time. You don't want to overdo with your body and stuff. Like you listen to your body. You feel like you need to take a break. It's good to take a break, you know. But that's good that you've been doing it though, man. So even if you haven't done it in a bit, you're still consistent, right? You're still trying to get back into it. So yeah, true. Yeah, it's not easy, you know. A lot of it's diet as well. That's the number one thing. If you got your diet on point, uh, you'll be able to slim down. That's my one friend. I'm trying to help him out. He's having a tougher time with the diet, and he wants to get back in shape, and he wants to do jujitsu because he did wrestling in high school, and he needs to slim down so it won't affect his joints and stuff. And I try to tell him sometimes, sometimes it's hard, but I try to help him as much as possible, you know. So I got jacked before, I like went on a calorie deficit. I wanted to try it. So it's not easy though. I mean, I never really got to the point where I was super out of shape and things like that. So I'm not in anybody's shoes with that. So it's not easy. But it takes time. Yeah, yeah, the mental toughness. Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't focus more on like motivation, and, like to run, like kind of just focus on like discipline and consistency. I think that helps more than motivation, in my opinion. Because when you feel motivated, you have that adrenaline. You feel good, but there's times where like you give too many expectations when you're motivated, and then you stop. It's just best to be consistent, like be disciplined with it. At a park, yeah, that's a good place to train, man. I I run at the park by my place, and I go around the neighborhood. It's nice. Reunion pool party next week. How you feeling about that? You like reunions or no? Like I think you watched my videos with that. Like I'm not crazy about family reunions, man. It's tough to deal with. Okay. What's a pot luck? What's a potluck? What's that? Not sure what that is. Man. Hmm. Do you go to church like every Sunday or like when they have like an event? Yeah, you got a point though. I mean, you get to meet people in your family that you never met before, and they could uh, be cool to have a conversation with, right? It can help with the loneliness. There's a bunch of people bring all different types of food. Oh, damn. That sounds like a good time then, actually. I wouldn't mind that as a reunion. I would be definitely going to that invite. 1 to 2 week break here and there. Yeah, do what you can, man. I mean, can't can't be the same all the time. Your body is different in every day. Yeah, I bet, man. I mean, you've been posting a lot of good food on the Discord, man. I'm fucking jealous. They look fucking good, man. Looks like some Croatian food. Damn, cinnamon crunch cake. Damn. Sound like some good dessert, man. That'll definitely be fulfilling there. You'll be eating that, be like, oh, I'm stuffed. Yeah, man, definitely post that on the Discord. I like to see what you're eating. Fucking nice. Gotta send that shit to Anthony. Anthony would fucking demolish that shit. Yeah, shit's nice. Yeah, that's dope, man. Next month? Yeah, definitely come, man. I think you should come to visit. If you do come, I'll show you around. Hopefully, my car doesn't have issues next month. Yeah, you should. You should come for a weekend. I think it's worth it. You know. So yeah, be nice, man. The trio, be experiencing the food, uh, the heat, obviously, um, all that stuff. In and out too. Yeah, that's a good place, man. Yeah, they need to bring that shit to the Midwest and the East Coast. In and out's fucking fire, man. Very addictive. I haven't had it in a while, but it's fucking nice. Yeah, you'll enjoy the heat some more when you come down. Yeah. I mean, if you come next month, it won't be as hot as like July and August, you know? You, I heard it cools down at night when it's September, but it's still pretty hot though. Yeah, I think you know. I mean, I brought Simon down here. He liked it, but he didn't like the heat. He didn't like the heat when I took him down here. But he liked the scenery. He liked the food. He liked the weed card I gave him. Yeah, he liked Arizona though in that way, you know. It's either if you want to live down here, it's either you like the heat or you don't. If you don't, then you can't live here. That's literally what it is. So yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a variety of shopping centers, man. I live like uh, a whole bunch of shopping centers here. Like you got a bunch of food options. You got a lot of stuff to do. It's not isolating here, man. That's a very good thing about Arizona, I'll say. What's up with Tornado? What's up, man? Yeah, you have to go swimming every day. Yeah, yeah. I have a pool at my where I live at. It just sucks. My roommate hasn't given me the keys. I took Anthony to the pool last weekend. He liked it, you know. He uh he had a good time swimming. Yeah, they do. Yep, I live right by a basketball court at the park up here. Cool to shoot around. I live right by the gym. It's walkable. Everything's close, man. I mean, yeah, it's car centric, but you have everything in here. So, yep, indoor basketball court. Yep, I played two days ago. I played 3-on-3 against some dudes. Got some threes in, some layups. Played a full court. I made a three. Did some good defense. You know, not that good at basketball, but it's nice. You know, random body pain, have trouble sleep. Yeah, that's terrible. You're feeling that way, man. Yeah, it sucks when you wake up, you're feeling groggy, or you're just feeling some sort of pain, you know, in your body. It sucks. So, yeah, they have a nice indoor basketball court. It's called Vesa Fitness. It's very nice. Difficult jumpers, damn man, you got uh, you got that D Wade in you. Yeah. Or you got LeBron mixed with James Harden. I was surprised LeBron didn't go to Cleveland. That was crazy to me. Barely warmed up. Damn, that's good. That's a good thing though. If you're making buckets, then no need to warm up. Then you know don't need LeBron. Yeah, you guys are already kind of stacked to be honest. You got Mitchell, Harden. Uh, You got a lot of other guys. I mean, you guys will miss Dean Wade. He's on our team too, but um, yeah, you have some snipers too. So yeah, there'll be a problem in the East. Yeah, I actually I went to a Sixers game and I saw him play against us one time with my brother. His he's crazy in person. He has eyes behind his head. His movements insane. Be cool to see him in a Sixers uniform. My brother said he wants to try to bring me up there and watch a game or something. Join the Sixers in 2020. Yeah, I kind of wanted him on there too. You know, he wanted to go to LA. Yeah, I guess it's kind of surreal. He's going to my hometown. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's because of not having as many responsibilities and stresses in your life. That's what that's about. And when you're like a kid or like a teenager, life seems slower too. And when you're like an adult, you sleep. It doesn't feel like you got 8 hours of sleep. It feels like you got 4 when you wake up. You know. It's like time moves faster when you're older. What made me start? That I guess a lot of reasons. I mean, I guess the anti-nihilism made me start my old channel. I dedicated to that one, and I don't know. I guess over time, I just wanted to talk about stuff that people don't talk about. You know, shit that needs to be addressed and should be heard. A lot of times. I wasn't expecting people to watch me either. I just fucking made videos and I guess people started watching, you know. So, what's up, Shay? What's going on, man? Yeah, I think making videos helped me out in a lot of ways. Kind of helped me get like open up about my underlying issues too in my personal life, you know, and it helped me a lot of ways, you know, despite like why I deleted the channel and stuff. And I'm assuming a lot of people like what type of videos I made, you know. So I had a misanthropic rage this morning, man. I feel that, dude. Fucking a lot of people are scumbags. They want to see your downfall. They want to instigate shit and make you react. It's something else. Yeah, yep. I'll say this: as a kid, I was not looking forward to going on the school bus. I was not looking forward to going to school. Yeah, all I was looking forward to was going home and sleeping, or just do what I wanted to do. And that's probably for a lot of people that went to school, you know. That's good, man. Yeah, I'm feeling better right now. I had an issue with my car again, so that was kind of stressing me out. But I guess this live stream helps me out, you know. So yeah, I mean I do too, you know. I mean I like to play basketball. I mean I like to play video games. I like to talk about things like how I was as a kid, you know? There's nothing wrong with that, man. I think people that talk about adult shit all the time is unoriginal, you know? The small talk to, like, talking about work, talking about all that shit, you know? Yeah, it's fun to interact with people on there that can be like-minded and have good conversations, you know. And sometimes things can get heated, like how it was before, not before, earlier this live stream, but They're just normies, you know. They can't handle something's outside. Yeah, yep. That's basically what it is. Yeah, they like to conform and compare themselves to others all the time. They don't want to. There's a lot of them that don't want to talk about interesting things, you know. Maybe there's ones that do have interesting things in their head, but they want to fit in more, you know. That's what that is, I guess, right? So, escorted. Oh, hold on. My bad, man. I was playing Valorant Kickstream. What, they escorted you from the kick? Yeah, I can't. It probably because of the YouTube, man. Damn. Yeah, it sucks you can't say what you want to say on here. Oh, it's not from Kick? Okay. Yeah, yo. That's kind of like me. Like, I'm kind of very casual with gaming now. It's hard to find a good game to binge on. You could tell me on the Discord, man. That's probably better, you know? The YouTube's fucking, censored as shit, I guess, right? So. Yeah, true. Yeah, you need adult stuff, money to do things. I mean, I guess money does give you a quality of life, but I guess money doesn't guarantee happiness all the time, you know? But I feel like if people had more money, people would feel more happier in a lot of ways as well, you know? I keep returning to that video. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's relatable to a lot of people, you know? I feel like a lot of things I said were a lot of things that were ignored from what people are going through in this life, and it needs to be mentioned. And it feels like people are heard, you know, in that video. I mean, I made a lot of those type of videos, that tire life stuff, you know. I can ramble on and on. Some people will watch that video and say, "Oh, that's too negative," you know, but there's a lot of things that aren't good in this world, and you know that's ignored, and that needs to be mentioned, and that helps people, you know. I was gonna make videos today, but shit happened, you know. Maybe I'll make some tomorrow, possibly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's people that don't have as much stuff and they feel content, possibly more than people that have a lot of things too, you know? It's just that also. Yeah, this life's wonderful. Yeah, that video will come up pretty soon. Yeah. Yeah, sleep, it helps people sleep. I mean, that's a good thing, you know? Get a good night's rest, I guess, right? Yeah, I mean, I can talk about that stuff all the time, you know? So, the thing is, with those type of videos, I'll repeat myself a lot, so it's like hard to um, like think of other things while like you're driving or something, you know. It's kind of hard in a way. Sleep schedule all over the place. Yeah, that's terrible, man. Having terrible sleep just really affects you, you know. Like being sleep deprived and going to bed at certain times and stuff that's like life stressing you out can mess with your sleep, you know? Yeah. Yeah, one will be Jeff Bezos, yeah. That's true though, right? People think that their kids will be Jeff Bezos. That's why they keep doing it. And unfortunately, there's some effed up parents that will disown you if, like, uh, you're not Jeff Bezos. Yeah. Oh, man. Salt Mouse. Yeah, when I get stressed out, I smoke a lot, man. I smoke a lot when I'm stressed out. It sucks. Feeling better though right now, but man, it just that's probably my trigger with the smoking is stress. It's like I need a smoke, you know. Put it on my right hand, put my index and middle finger on there. Smoke that shit, you know. Yeah, yeah, it is like a pendulum swing. Yep. Arthur Schopenhauer is not wrong. That's a good analogy of like what this life is. Some people are on that pendulum swing and they just receive all bad, you know. And then there's other that receive good. It's it's like an unfair world, you know. Yeah, it attracts bad people. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of bad parents out there, you know. I feel like there is a lot of them that have those intentions, basically. I guess there's ones that aren't, but you know, even the ones that aren't don't consider what the kid will go through at times, right? So, oh, I'm on my dad's plan, so it's easier for him to like save because he has um his girlfriend on there, he has mine on there, and my brother. So I guess I'm fortunate with that one, but I think at some point I definitely have to get my own phone plan. So that's the only thing my dad pays for me. Yeah. So try to see life for what it is, including other people's experiences. Yeah, yep. Something with the stream. What was I saying? Yeah, you try. I guess you try to understand with the best of your ability what people are going through, but you won't be in their shoes, 100%, right? Some people you may not understand, you know, and that's okay, right? But you just try to um, listen to them and try your best, you know. So yeah, I mean they don't have to be a parent to like appreciate life, you know. And there's a lot of people that would like to have kids, obviously, and they can't afford them, you know. So yeah, the thing is like you can have a kid and your kid you can have a kid that disowns you, you know, even if say you prioritize your finances and things like that, you know. Yeah, you have every right to think that way, man. I think that's valid, you know? Like, uh, wishing that you were never born, you know? Because if you weren't born, then you wouldn't be going through unnecessary struggles and pain, you know? Yeah, yeah, a lot of it's about them, yeah. They don't really dig deep into the kid's life, what the kid will go through, like all around. It's usually pretty one-sided, you know. It's always like optimistic a lot of times. Yeah, yeah. Especially since 2008, you know. I think 2008 was when it just got worse for millennials and Gen Z, you know. The pandemic just really the hit Gen Z very hard, you know. That was very unnecessary. That's still a big reason why there's inflation, you know, because of the pandemic and the government has to try to spend their money that they print out to, you know, from what happened and still like recovering, you know. Yeah, I mean, they don't want to take that in and try to self reflect and see why you're going through what you're going through, Shay, you know? They don't want to hear like you not liking life, and it's valid, That's what it is. All right, I'll see Vanilla Scream. It's nice talking to you, man. Yeah, something else. Yeah, yep. That's a thing. Like, your older brother definitely didn't consider like what its daughter is gonna go through, And now, um, like your brother's not part of your like its daughter's life, It's something else. Like that's something that a lot of parents don't consider, really. So, nah, you're okay, Shay. That's fine, man. Yeah, I mean the thing is, you can make good decisions and things can still hit you. You can try to do good decisions and it's just it happens. And I think it's just inevitable when you're in this life, you will be making bad decisions too. I know I have. So, and I think that's a thing, right? There's a lot of people that can be indecisive, like what, like big life changes, and that's understandable, when you have like pressure from society, like giving people these expectations are that can be too overwhelming and too much, especially school not teaching kids um, the real world, or the parents don't try the best of their ability to teach them the real world either. So obviously there's parents out there that don't know a lot of stuff about the real world either, but they should at least like put in that effort to do that, So, moving to Montreal, what'd she say about that? She's saying not to move there. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think if you share your goals with people, you'll have envy and jealousy, You'll have people say don't do it, Especially if you're capable of pursuing that goal, You just try your best and you try to reach your goals and you achieve them, but if you don't, at least you put in the effort, You tried and um, you know, it can be a learning experience too, right? Um, Stuff like that. And the thing is, like, there's nothing wrong with giving up on something that you tried to pursue, when things don't go well, things hold you back, you know what I mean? Nothing to be ashamed about, Yeah, hopefully you get your own place, man. Hopefully, it's not easy. I mean, getting your own place, like, it seems like a luxury, unfortunately. I mean, I live with a roommate, but it'd be nice to have my own space, or I did live by myself in South Dakota, but it was just hard to live in, It was not easy. So, yeah. There's a lot of places out there where it's unaffordable, and it shouldn't be that way, A lot of people have to resort to their parents to, like, help them move out, and that's understandable, Like, help them move to an apartment or help buy a house, I mean, nothing wrong with that, So, it just sucks when there's people that have families that don't help them out, and it just kind of makes their life harder. And then it builds a resentment towards people that have good families. It just creates a whole dynamic. You know, I just don't like the people that like say, "Oh, just work hard," and they don't talk about uh, how they got there. They got a lot of help. Or something. But there's people that are humble and they do admit it. And there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, don't feel ashamed living with your parents, Shay. There's a lot of people that are living with their parents right now, and it's not easy living on your own. It's not easy. So my one friend, he's a year older than me. He's still living with his parents. So it's something else. Clapping against the city council speech. No, haven't seen that. Damn, that's crazy. I'll say that probably city council guy probably corrupt or something. Damn, that's terrible. Yeah, health insurance. Yep. Yeah, health insurance. Like if you don't have it, man, it's this shit costs a lot. Even if you get health insurance when you get older, it's a lot of money too. It's crazy. I feel like health care shouldn't be so expensive. It shouldn't be. People go bankrupt when they get that shit in the mail. Yeah, yep. I think it is dystopian. This country. Yep. It's becoming very dystopian to me. Especially the whole West, like talking to a guy on my Discord from the UK, hearing him talk about that shit, it's becoming dystopian, basically. I don't, to me, it's kind of crazy how people bring kids into the world, and there's people that are actually aware how dystopian this world is, and they still do it. I don't get it. It's not guaranteed to have a good life, and even more when it's more dystopian, but. I mean, if people do that, you just hope they have a good life. That's all I can say. I'll never understand it, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. I just hope things get better. It's hard to say. I don't like having ostracizing thoughts constantly. Everything has the worst outcome. But it's hard, and there's a lot of shit that is not good. It's not just my situation. It's like a lot of people. Yeah, I see a lot of kids with strollers around. Yep, I see it too, man. So, yeah, yep. Yeah, a lot of them don't get it a lot of times. Yeah, it did go down a bit, yep. It needs to go down some more, I'll say, but it has gone down a little bit. I noticed it here in Arizona. So, poison Mars. Yeah, yeah, it's something like a human would do. I don't even think humans will get to that point, to be honest with you, living in Mars. I don't think we'll even get there. But they say anything is possible, they say. Yeah, it needs to go down some more, man. It was down before, like before Trump started the war. I don't agree with what he's doing. It's people say, "Oh, I mean, you got people nuclear shit, but I mean, if it's gone for too long, that's gonna hurt the people. Yeah, it's probably an instinct from a lot of animals, like especially humans. Like humans don't like to hear bad. They don't like to hear it because they hear bad, they hear negativity, then that's kind of that makes them think more, and you know, I guess if people thought more of bad, then there wouldn't be humans. You know, that's what it is to keep the human existence going. So. Yeah, hopefully they don't. I mean, I just don't think we're going to Mars, to be honest with you. I could be wrong if I'm dead, but it just doesn't seem like it's happening, you know? World War III in Mars? That'll be some, that'll be some, problems, and it'll be, you know, it's just another way for humans to destroy themselves, I guess, you know? Yeah, I guess it's like the curious mind of a human, you know? They want to figure out how we got here and say what happens when we die, and that curious mind makes humans think that way, you know? Is there other life forms out there? I think that kind of keeps people going in this life, kind of gives them that subjective purpose to figure out what's up there, you know? It's kind of like that. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, if it happens, if we do colonize Mars, that could happen, you know. It's about power, you know. That's like something I agree with Rohi, you know. There's a lot of people that like power, you know. So. Yeah, 18 years for destroying flock cameras. Damn, that's a fucking long time. What's a flock camera, by the way? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, yeah. You just try to enjoy things that you have. You know, I think that's a good way to be grateful. You know, you don't want to be in a worse situation, but yeah, I guess you just try your best to enjoy certain things that you're capable of doing. You know. That's kind of how you look at that, I guess, right? Oh, it's like surveillance cameras. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that can be abused, possibly. Yeah, I guess there's good things about it, but it sounds like it can be abused. Yeah, that could be too far into people's rights, you know, with privacy. Yeah, it could be a problem. Schizoid? Yeah, I heard of that before. Yeah, it's kind of like you have that personality where you tend to isolate more, right? And things like that, I think. I mean, you could try to get a diagnosis. There's nothing wrong with that. It could be other things too, you know. Apparently, the software is basically an outdated Android device that is very easy to hack. Yeah, that's not good, I'll say, and that'll create a new problem right there, you know. Yeah, it can be overrated. Yeah, I mean, you have no privacy. You have the paparazzi on you constantly. You have people that bother you a lot. It ain't worth being famous like that. I show speed. Yeah, I know who that guy is. He's on my YouTube feed a lot. He tends to like donate to people and does like crazy challenges. Yeah, 60 million. Yeah, because he's pretty entertaining, I guess, to a lot of people. That's good for him, I guess, right? Yeah, I don't see the hype either. I watched a couple of them. I'm not crazy. It's not my thing. I think he tends to attract the younger crowd more. I show speed. Yeah, I heard about the native reservation, especially in Arizona. Yeah, a lot of drug problems, a lot of poverty. Yeah, yeah, it's a big problem. That's for sure. There was some in South Dakota too. They had some native reservations. Yeah, I heard it could be sketchy going to those reservations too. It can it can be kind of dangerous at times. Obviously, not all of them are bad, is now I'm trying to say, but it's what I heard from people, from South Dakota to Arizona. That's what I heard. He played Valorant. Damn, what was he raging about? Yeah, they attract kids, yeah. Mr. Beast, Speed, yeah. All them guys. Yeah, I don't watch the WNBA, man. It's not that entertaining. I mean, when you have, like, the NBA where it's more athletic and, uh, it's, it's just more entertaining to watch than the WNBA. I mean, if you're into the WNBA, that's cool, but you know, I, I prefer the NBA. Yeah, yep. I mean, I'm 31 right now, so my grandpop just died this year. My dad's having heart issues, even though I don't get along with him. He recently told me about that. Um, I don't speak to my mom anymore. I haven't spoke to her in 3 years. So yeah, a lot of things. There's a lot of potential bad things that can happen in your 30s. Yep, you can have health problems in your 30s too. Oh damn! I'm sorry to hear that, Alexandra. That's terrible. I bet your friend is feeling a lot of grief and very hard to deal with, especially if he liked his dad. Yeah, being destroyed. Yeah, it's being destroyed by corrupt people. I mean, the internet uh, can potentially be very beneficial, but there's a lot of problems with it. Yeah, I remember you telling me that too. Your uncle. Yep. Yeah, that's something too. Yeah, society collapsing. Yep, cost of living or something, or loneliness, or just bad luck, or whatever. Yeah, yeah. I just wish all the emotions didn't exist. A lot of our emotions are just hard to deal with throughout your life. Yeah, yeah. They always talk about the outcome of why people exit. They don't talk about the reason why. They always talk about that shit. Yeah, I get you, man. What time is it now? Yeah, I don't want to be too late. So, um, Yeah, those are basically the factors of why people would exit right there. What you said, waffle power. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think people just need to stop ignoring people's issues, you know? People need to build more empathy more and try to understand them to the best of their ability, you know? I think that's kind of it right there. Yeah, I mean, I think it's because it's not legalized in a lot of countries, you know, assisted dying or euthanasia or something. It's, I mean, majority of countries are pro-life, so like it's gonna be more difficult to implement that and have. It's gonna be harder for people to like understand, you know. So yeah, I mean, I rather see a peaceful one than a painful one. That's for sure. You know. I mean, society goes by human existence, man. They want humans to keep going. You know, anything that, um, you know, like tries to hinder that process, then like they're gonna go against it. You know. That's just you can't say that on YouTube. The full word. That's what it means. Yeah. Uh, man, got a headache, man. Depopulate the planet. Yeah, I don't know what his motives are. It could be a conspiracy, but don't know, man. I think a lot of people say that because he mentioned the pandemic in one of the TED Talks or some shit or something. So, yeah, I mean, that's like every person, it seems like. I mean, they want that human experience. They want to experience being a parent, you know? So, yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, he's a philanthropist, you know? He puts out money in Africa for something, right? But I feel like a lot of times his philanth that word is hard to pronounce, but he uses that as like a way to uh, deduct it from his taxes. Like he gets like tax breaks from doing that shit, possibly. Yeah, can't have the government force people to have kids, you know. I mean, I guess that's the thing too. I mean, if people are all body choice and body autonomy, you can't control people that want kids either, you know. That's kind of that's kind of how I view that, you know. You let people decide for themselves to if they want children or not, you know. Like you can explain, not explain, you can demonstrate why it's selfish to have kids or why it's a risk, you know, but if they don't listen, they don't. And if they have a kid and they're going through shit and the parent is, then it's like I told you so moment, you know? It's kind of like that, I guess. That's kind of like my videos, you know? I just kind of say why it's selfish to have kids and stuff and That's their decision, you know. I just hope like these kids are having a good life, you know. Yeah, thing is that's a lot of it's speculation though, you know. Yeah, maybe there is that I guess it could be a possibility those type of people were involved, you know, but you never know, right? Maybe they didn't know the guy at first and then they found out, you know, so I can't say like who's guilty, who isn't. Have to see the evidence, you know, with the Epstein stuff. But it does keep people questioning why are these people in power hanging out with like a guy like that, you know? It keeps people questioning about that shit. So, who's Maxwell? I'm not sure who that is. Is it like a double standard thing or something? Yeah, misandry isn't a good thing, man. I think that's on the rise, you know? I'm not cool with misogyny either because, like, you can't have misogyny without misandry, and you can't have misandry without misogyny, you know? It's, it just creates gender wars, and it's just nonsense, you know? It's all about, like, having more power as a gender. It's just idiotic, you know? And yeah, I mean, I think man or woman just need to have a conversation and try to understand, but that's never gonna happen, you know, like with their struggles and things like that, you know. What's up, you, John? What's up, man? Yeah, I mean, that's the thing though. I don't know. I can't say that they did it, but I think people have the right to question if they did it since um they were involved, you know, in a way, I guess. There has to be There has to be evidence though to like say they did it though, like officially, right? But yeah, I mean, you look at all the powerful people involved, like someone in power must have done it possibly, you know. So, yeah, they do, and it shouldn't be like that, man. Men and women shouldn't hate each other like that. Like we're both different, you know. Um there's certain things that women go through, there's things that men go through, right? There shouldn't be double standards, but as it's unfortunately like that, you know. It's something else. What's up, Battle? What's up, man? Yeah, it's not Christmas in July though. It's Christmas in August. Yeah, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I talked to someone on my Discord telling me about this, and I don't know what happened to Ignorance is Bliss. Remember on my old channel, I would react to his videos a lot. And there's some things I disagree with him on, but he had a lot of good things to say, you know? I think a lot of things out of his chest, and there's a lot of things I agree with him on, you know? I hope he's doing well, you know? I don't know if he knows my channel like that, but that's that, you know? Yeah, you just try to live your life. Yeah, I mean, those are things that are out of your control. You know, I guess the Epstein files and all those things. You know, you just try to focus on yourself in ways, right? It's hard to just help everybody. You know, billions and billions of people. It's never ending. You know. I guess he left. You know, I guess he didn't like what I had to say. You know. Even though I told him like I agree with you on stuff. You know. I just don't like him instigating shit and making people pissed off, you know, with the classist comments all the time. It's like some bullying shit. And he's not a stupid person, you know. He's got a lot of smart things to say. I'm not saying it in a bad way, you know, or being sarcastic or anything like that. Because he has a lot of things that he says that I agree with him on, you know? It's just, you know. Wait, who's 30? Yeah, I heard Life is Alright might post again, possibly. He might post again, from what I heard from people, but I understand it, you know, and I understand why Pointless Rat Race fucking. I don't know if 100% why he doesn't do it no more, but I get it, you know, the audience, the people, and it can get you, you know. This shit isn't easy to like do videos on. Shut down the video. Maybe he'll make it again, man. Maybe he'll make it again if he does videos. Yeah, shout out to Board Corrupt System. I don't watch him much anymore, so I kind of know what he talks about from over the years from when I watched him. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things I agree with him on. Shout out to him. That he was the one that made me start my videos. Born a Corrupt System. He used to comment on my videos at times too. So yeah, shout out to him. Yeah, he would post workout videos. Yeah, Life is Overrated has a good bench, man. Remember he posted a bench press video. He benched like 250. That's good. I was telling him you could do more, man. And he did some more. You know, he's a strong dude. So yeah, because of his looks, but at the same time, he says good things. You know, I think the Jet Franzen guy is I don't know how. What's the word? He doesn't. His the stuff he says, Jet Franson doesn't correlate to like his actual life. You know, I think that's a lot why a lot of people um, don't like Jet Franson. You know, feuding with who? Why do we have to feud with people on here? You know. Yeah, he did post for years. I watched him in the beginning. I watched him in 2020. I watched his early videos. I was in a dark place in my life watching that shit. Him and Chris Williams. That was another guy too. I was mostly watching Born a Corrupt though. But then I watched other people, and then I was looking at stuff on Reddit, and that's how I started mine. So yeah, yeah, that Jed Franzen guy is you know, yeah, I do think looks do play a part with him how he got views, you know. So yeah, 6 years, yeah. Yeah, life is pointless. Yep, I watched that video too. Yeah, it was, yeah, a lot of good things to say on there. I've been doing it for 5 years. 5 years. Yeah, you know, that's the unfortunate part. This life, a lot of people will die with nothing too. You know, like it's like they came to this world and you know, it's like for no reason. Yeah, yep, it does. Yep. I mean, I had a lot of videos that I was speaking the truth about. I had strikes on them, you know. So yeah, I've been to 6 mental hospitals, man. It sucks. It sucks going in there. I was there when I was 12. I was there all throughout my 20s, basically. In and out with my bipolar, you know? So, yeah, I mean, it has its purpose, you know? It can help people. If you take medication, it helps, possibly, or the therapy, but a lot of times it can't when you can't find the right medication, or they force medication, or it just feels like more of a bad experience, just experience with the shitty nurses or something, or just, um, or the people that you're with, you know? Yeah, yep. Jet Franzen got there fast, that's for sure. He's making videos too. Yeah, I see him on my feed. I don't watch him too much though. I have to start watching him more or something. So yeah, you shouldn't have gotten deleted, man. That was a good outlet to vent out what's going on. You know, I watched a good amount of your videos, Shay. There were some things I disagree with you on there, but there's a lot of good things you said, and it shouldn't have been deleted, man. It was it's a good outlet for people to vent out what they're going through, you know. So yeah, it's kind of skeptical, Jet Franzen, I'll say. I don't know if he's genuine, really. Yeah, I think there's probably a lot of reasons why Life is overrated. Doesn't do much content, you know. There's probably a lot of reasons. I don't know for sure, but yeah, that could be one though. I mean, I'm 31. Uh, I still like to do it. It's just something for me to do, you know. I don't care about being like Jet Franzen, you know, but it's just cool to talk to people on here, you know. Yeah, it is hard to fight off Anadonia. Yep, it's not easy. Yeah, see, like the anhedonia can stem from like other thing, like schizoid or schizophrenia, depression. It stems from an underlying thing, you know. Yeah, that's the thing, man. People are shallow. People are always going by looks all the time. It shouldn't be like that, you know. People need to just treat others by their personality, their character, and it's not like that in this shallow world. It's messed up, man. People made fun of you because of your looks. They're insecure idiots, you know. Especially what Teza was doing, you know. Teza did some bullying shit. Yeah, I mean, looks fade, you know. I mean, it doesn't last forever. I know my looks will fade. Everyone in this world looks will fade, you know. Yeah, having autism's a struggle, man. It's not. It's hard to live when you have autism, you know. Especially depending on where on the spectrum, it could be more of a struggle when you're further on the spectrum, you know. Yeah, not to be repetitive. Yeah, it can be. I mean, that's why I don't watch a lot of them. There's a lot of them that say stuff I already heard, you know. Even though there's things I agree with them on, but you know, so yeah, 13. Yeah, it's very young, man. He's very young to experience depression at that age, you know. I probably experienced that like it probably when my parents divorced. I started feeling that way, you know. So yeah, change in sensory. Yep. Yeah, it's hard to like adjust to change when you have autism too. Like if you're moving somewhere, or if like your routine is disrupted, or um, the sensory issues, like your senses are just heightened more, and it's just overwhelming. Yeah, that's a struggle, man. That's unnecessary and you don't deserve, you know. So yeah, I struggle with it too, man. I have the autism myself, you know. I mean, I don't have like really bad sensory issues and things like that, but the social problems I can have struggles with it. You know, it's not it's not easy in a neurotypical world. Yeah, eat ice cream. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man. Ice cream's the shit. Yeah, they say I'm joking. Yep, it's them trying to put you down. They're trying to gaslight you. I had people say that to me too, man. They're bullies. They are insecure and they want to fit in. They're pathetic losers, you know. F that, man. It tells people to divide their worth from sexual. Yeah, that's pathetic, man. It's shallow, you know? Like, how many sexual partners you had, that shouldn't fucking matter, you know? Money, that shouldn't matter either. We live in a world where that fucking matters, and that's pathetic, you know? Yeah, the snarky. Who says that on the Discord, man? That ain't cool, man. Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was like a person that was like that, you know? And, you know, when you try hard to fit in, um, you can get a bad result, you know? People will see that and they'll put you down. And, you know, it ain't worth trying so hard to fit in. And I think everyone wants to belong somewhere, you know? Everyone wants to belong in some sort of community. Everyone wants to be, interact with like minded people, but yeah, I mean, I feel like when people try to fit in so much, they have like an insecurity, you know, from the loneliness and what they dealt with in their childhood, you know, that um, leads them to be that way. But it's no excuse to try so hard to like do that, you know. So, what's up, Black Hole? What's up, man? Yeah, it's not easy, man. If you live, I guess it depends on where you live at and things like that, but it's hard when if you live in an area that's high unemployment rate, a lot of competition, and say they require a lot of things. It's not easy, you know, especially if it's hard to get connections or some sort of like nepotism, you know. It's not easy. I guess for me, like I didn't really have trouble getting jobs, but it's hard to find a good paying job that's worth the incentive to stay and uh, see a reward out of my work, you know? I think that's the problem, you know? Well, they shouldn't, man. I mean, F those anti nihilists that hate you, man. Like, they're just pathetic people, you know? F them. Yeah, something else. Yeah, yeah, relationships can be broken, you know? That's why a lot of people resort to hooking up. That, or just like people resort to escorts, or people resort to, you know, just try and abstain, you know? Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible people are treating you bad, Shay. You're a cool person. I like talking to you, you know? I mean, there's times where it's hard for me to be on the Discord and things like that, but I always appreciate talking to you every time we talk, man. So, if people say stupid shit to you, then F that, man. Yeah, inflation, yep. Something else. Yeah, 100 applications. Yeah, something else. I mean, I guess it could be a lot of it is the job market, but I guess a lot of it people look at people's resumes and they see a gap, they automatically assume, oh, that person's got to leave, you know? They don't give the person a chance or something, you know? There's a lot of reasons why people can't get jobs, but that's a huge reason, though. The job market. That's a big one. Yeah, because you don't know how your parents will react to it, you know? They automatically assume you need to see a therapist, you need to, like, get medication, right? They don't want to sit down and talk to you first, you know? Like, yeah, maybe that can be the last resort, but, like, you know. Yeah, they probably, there's a lot of women that don't, you know? I mean, I feel like people aren't entitled to just have a partner, you know? I feel like, you know, if you want a partner, like, it happens naturally, you know, but there's a lot of people that just have, like, unrealistic expectations on what they want in a partner, and then that's why they can't. Or There's a lot of people out there that um, you know, just don't know what they want, and then they just confuse you with head games, and it's like you're wasting your time trying to date somebody, you know? So, yeah, shitty employer, yep. That's a lot of jobs, you know? A lot of people don't like their jobs, because that's a big reason. Shitty employer. All that stuff. Yeah, apply online. Yeah, when you already applied on Indeed, why apply on their company? You know, it's just something else, you know. Yeah, a lot of them don't pay enough for basic needs. Yeah, 20K. Yeah, that's a lot, man. I mean, I feel like you can get a used Honda for cheaper. You know, it's a lot of research, but yeah, there's a lot of buying a car, buying a truck or something is still expensive, though. You know. Yeah, there's a lot of women like that. You know, a lot of women do have unrealistic expectations of men, and they think they have to they over exaggerate their self worth. You know, not all women, you know, but a lot of them are like there's a lot of them like that. I think it's gonna get worse, unfortunately, because of the internet. You know. Yeah, that's terrible, man. Yeah, family can hinder like what you want, you know. Yeah, you can buy a used car for 4 to 5K. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. That's good that they let you use your car, though, man. I guess you know. Yeah, never-ending mental health problems, right? Never go away. Yeah, live in a cold, snowy climate. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, you know. Feel more free. Uh, if you really like the cold and you don't like the heat, I don't know if you would like Arizona, but Arizona is nice though, I'll admit. I mean, if you brought your motorcycle here, it could have problems, like my car right now. Never-ending car problems in the state, basically. Yeah, feel bad? Yeah, because of what's going on and stuff, you know? What they're dealing with is unnecessary. I feel that, Shay. Yeah, I don't like the cold, man. I like having the sunlight, getting some vitamin D over like cloudy and uh, dark, and wearing layers, and that just ain't my thing, you know. It worsens my bipolar. So, so yeah, I get it too, man. That's why I moved to Arizona too, because I won't get the seasonal depression like how it is like where you're at, or the Midwest, or like the Northeast. It just worsens my depression, and I think my depression's worse than my mania at times, even though it's ironic, like my mania can get very bad as well. So, yeah, it's hard to find the right therapist, you know? A lot of them just care about the dough, and you gotta be careful what you say to them, too, you know? I've been to many of them, and they never really helped me out, basically. Yeah, Gen Alpha will be trying to make income on the internet, you know? They'll be the most tech-savvy generation out of all the generations. They have the information on the palm of their hand. A lot they'll find ways to make income on there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off in a couple minutes. I'm getting tired. So, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people trying to be a content creator right now on YouTube, TikTok. It's oversaturated right now. A lot of people want to try to make money on there, and it's gonna be very hard for them. Yeah. It's not like how it was like 10, 15 years ago on YouTube. You have a lot more competition nowadays. You said nothing new and even brought me down when I made certain. Yeah, well, that was a shitty therapist right there. That person shouldn't be a therapist putting someone down when they're already feeling down themselves, you know? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's pathetic, man. Should get your money back from that. Fucking bullshit. Yeah, I had too many. I mean, I remember when I did my old chat, I talked about antinatalism to my therapist. I always wondered if that therapist looked into it. I always wondered that shit. I had the audacity to mention that to him for some reason. So, years ago, yeah, that's terrible. You should go back there and be like, "You didn't help me out at all. I want my money back." Yeah, yeah, that sucks, man. Yeah, yeah. I think it's about the looks a lot of the times. Looks matter the most when women want a guy, you know. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong if a woman prefers someone that they like over another, you know. I don't like when ones where they put a guy down, you know, disrespect the guy. That ain't cool, you know. Try to make him look bad. Well, because you're not attracted to him physically, that's just bullshit, you know. Something else. Yeah, might as well not talk about it to them, you know, because if they keep saying the same thing, Shay, then uh, best not to talk about it, you know. Yeah, that is ridiculous. I mean, you go to a therapist to get help, right? You go to a therapist to try to get some good insight out of it and copes and ways to like approach things in a way where you feel better, you know. But if you go to a therapist like that, then what's the point, you know? Why go to other therapists where they could potentially be the same? So, yeah. I mean, I think women are attention creatures, though, we'll say. A lot more attention creatures than men. I'm not saying men don't show attention when because they do, but you know, you see it on the line. You see women posting, um, you know, like their poses and all that. I mean, that's pretty obvious right there, you know. Yeah, it is a waste of time, man. Especially if you've been a good amount of them, you don't get a result out of it. It ain't worth it, you know. Yeah, get a job isn't guaranteed to make your life better. You can get a job and you can just work in a shitty work environment. You can work a job that you just don't like. I mean, that's not going to help, you know? That's not. They need to think of things outside the box instead of things. Just get a job, get better, or just take medication. You know what I mean? You know what it is because empathy requires a lot of energy, and there's a lot of therapists out there that think they can do this to people, and they really can't. A lot of them because empathy, you care a lot of people, it can drain you, and that's why it's hard to be a therapist. But that's no reason why, uh, you know, to act that way when someone's feeling down. Because that's your job. Your job is to try to make them better. Love hate. Okay. Yeah, life does goes on, man. Seems like life will just keep going. I appreciate that, Waffle Power, aka Gamer Stance. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, I try, I guess, Sometimes I don't realize how much it helps people. So sometimes the shit I say, like, I just hope it doesn't turn out like I'm saying something wrong or, like people are not getting the context or, I try to not, when I do my videos, I try not to, say the wrong thing. I try to be understanding of people. Yeah, they can be a scam when there's a lot of them that don't correlate to a good income. You just get more debt. Yeah, there's dudes that are lonely that shouldn't get hated on. People think that they're creepy and all this shit. That's just false. There's a lot of lonely dudes that would like to get out of loneliness and have friends, and there's nothing wrong with having a partner. There's nothing wrong with that shit, basically. I think a lot of men's loneliness is ignored. Like I say in my videos, and I think women's loneliness is a real thing. I think women go through loneliness as well. But I feel like society tends to address their loneliness more. And it shouldn't always be like that, since men and women's loneliness should always be addressed. That's like a big issue. Yeah, I mean, I guess like the YouTube, you find people that are like-minded. You talk to people that are going through similar things. That can help more, than just talking to a therapist, right? So, all right, I'll see you, Alex. I'll see you. It's nice talking to you. Yeah, it doesn't help much when it costs a lot. Yeah, I think the money thing's a big part. So, yeah, it can only do so much. I mean, I guess when you go to a therapist, they do try to help you. I guess if you're capable of trying to change, then you have to do it yourself, right? But there's a lot of therapists out there that don't. They always seem to care about the money when you want to see them next. So, woman. I don't know. I just say woman. That's just how I say it. uh, Ogre? Yeah, it's only ogre when we're gone. That's what I think. This shit's never ending, man. Yeah, they need a different profession. Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you're a therapist, you shouldn't care about money. You should care about helping people. Something else. It shouldn't always be about the money. Yeah, I mean, I think a therapist should make a living. But, they shouldn't just focus on that and just not helping people and with their well-being. But I think I'm gonna head out. I think I'll do some videos tomorrow, and hopefully my car is good for tomorrow. Hopefully there's some sort of mechanic at O'Reilly's. I can get the alternator in there, and um, hopefully the labor isn't too much. So I already spent like almost a grand already. So, but yeah, we'll do some videos tomorrow for sure, and we'll do a live stream. So it's nice talking to you guys, and I'll see you later.